It's a Sunday afternoon. You're in the garage looking for a box. You've been looking for 11 minutes. The box has not been found. The garage has not been organized since 2019. And frankly, it shows. You reach behind the back shelf. Your hand pushes past a dusty tarp, and something small and sharp pinches your finger. You pull your hand back. Tiny red dot, no swelling, no pain, barely visible. Looks like a paper cut from an envelope that held a personal grudge. You look at the shelf. A small brown spider the size of a quarter is sitting on the tarp, staring at you with all 8 of its eyes. You stare back. The spider does not blink. It can't. It doesn't have eyelids. You're in a staring contest you have already lost. You go inside. You wipe your hand on your jeans. You don't think about it again. The spider has a dark violin shape on its back. That marking identifies it as Loxosceles reclusa. The brown recluse, one of 2 medically significant spiders in North America. You don't know this. You think all spiders are the same. This is incorrect. 1 hour later, you're on the couch. The red dot has grown slightly. You think it's a mosquito bite. It is not a mosquito bite. The venom contains an enzyme called Sphingomyelinase D. It has been quietly dissolving your cell membranes for 60 minutes. You're watching a show about people renovating kitchens. A woman is crying because she picked the wrong backsplash. You feel nothing for her. 2 hours. The spot is now the size of a dime with a ring around it. It's warm. You pick up your phone. You type spider bite red circle into Google. Google shows you a brown recluse bite at week 3. You did not need to see that. You scroll down. Google shows you a brown recluse bite at week 6. You put the phone face down on the couch like it just showed you classified government documents. You pick it back up. You type spider bite not brown recluse please. Google does not honor the please. Google has never honored the please. You click on WebMD. WebMD says you either have a mild insect reaction or a life-threatening tissue-destroying venom emergency. There is 1 paragraph between those 2 diagnoses. WebMD has been psychologically terrorizing the public since 2005, and it is undefeated. You try Reddit. The first comment says to put toothpaste on it. The second comment says to never put toothpaste on it. The third comment says the person who said toothpaste should be in prison. The fourth comment is someone asking, what kind of toothpaste? The fifth comment is a man named Gary from Ohio who says he cured his spider bite with apple cider vinegar, positive energy, and what he describes as a really long nap. Gary has 14 upvotes. You close Reddit. You try to take a photo of the bite to send to your friend who's a nurse. You angle your phone. The first photo is blurry. The second photo is in focus, but includes your chin and half your neck, and somehow you look worse than the bite does. The third photo is just your thumb. You send the second one. She responds in 11 seconds. Go to urgent care. Now. You ask if it's that bad. She sends back 3 words. Dude, go now. Nobody has ever received the phrase, dude, go now from a medical professional and felt better about their situation. You decide to call your doctor's office first. It's Sunday. The office is closed. The automated message gives you 9 options. None of them are a spider just bit me, and I'm beginning to question my mortality. You press 0. The system says that is not a valid option and hangs up on you. You call again. You press 4 for other medical concerns. You're placed on hold. The hold music is a jazz version of a song you almost recognize. It's either Fleetwood Mac or a mattress commercial. There is no way to know. You've been on hold for 14 minutes. You start to wonder if the hold line is just a phone number connected to nothing, and they're billing your insurance every time you call. Someone picks up. It's a nurse line. You explain the situation. She asks what kind of spider. You say brown with a violin on its back. There's a pause. The pause is too long. No pause from a medical professional has ever been reassuring. A fast response means you're fine. A pause means someone is choosing their words very carefully. She says you should probably go to urgent care. You ask how urgent. She says that's why they call it urgent care. Fair enough. You get in the car. Your hand has started swelling. Your finger is roughly 1.5 times its normal size. You try to grip the steering wheel. Your hand feels like it's wearing an invisible oven mitt filled with a smaller, angrier oven mitt. You drive with your palm. You look like someone who learned to drive 45 seconds ago. A man in the lane next to you, at a red light, looks over. He sees you steering with your palm. He looks concerned. Then the light changes and he drives away. That is the most help anyone will offer you today. The urgent care parking lot has 22 cars in it on a Sunday. You didn't know this many people were having a bad day at the same time. You walk in. The waiting room smells like hand sanitizer and quiet desperation. You sign in. The form asks, what brings you in today? You write spider bite. The woman behind the glass reads it, looks at you over her glasses and says someone will be with you shortly. Shortly is a medical term that means somewhere between 20 minutes and the heat death of the universe. You sit down. A man across from you is holding his arm at an angle that arm should not be held at. He seems fine with it. A woman next to him is filling out paperwork like she's doing her taxes. A child in the corner has found a toy car with one wheel missing and is having the best day of his entire life. You try to scroll your phone while you wait. Your swollen finger hits the wrong part of the screen. You accidentally like an Instagram post from a coworker you barely speak to. It's from 2021. You unlike it. They saw it. You put the phone in your pocket. The phone has done enough today. 40 minutes pass. A nurse calls your name. She mispronounces it. You don't correct her. She takes your blood pressure. She takes your temperature. She asks on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your pain level? You say 4. It's a 6. Every man who has ever been to urgent care has said a number 2 points lower than the truth. It is a universal constant, like gravity or the speed of light or the fact that nobody reads the terms and conditions. The doctor comes in. He looks at your hand. He asks when you were bitten this morning. He asks if you saw the spider, small brown, violin on its back. He does the slow nod. In the entire history of medicine, no doctor has ever slow nodded before delivering fun news. The slow nod is a clinical way of saying, well, that's not great without using those words. It is taught in medical school. Second year, right after bedside manner and right before how to charge $900 for an ice pack. He says it's consistent with a brown recluse bite. He tells you there is no antivenom available for this in the United States. You live in the United States. You have always lived in the United States. He says treatment is supportive. You ask what supportive means. It means they clean it, bandage it, give you something for the pain, and hope for the best. This is the same treatment strategy as thoughts and prayers, but with a copay. He hands you a pamphlet. It's titled Brown Recluse Bite, What to Watch For. The pamphlet lists fever, dark urine, spreading redness, nausea, and difficulty breathing. This is the least comforting pamphlet you have ever received, and you once got one at the dentist titled, So Your Gums Are Receding. You ask how much this visit is going to cost. He says someone from billing will reach out. Reach out is a financial term that means you're about to receive an envelope that ruins your day. 3 to 6 weeks from now. You drive home, one-handed, palm on the wheel. The same man from earlier sees you again at the same intersection. He's visibly concerned now. You have a bandage. He has questions. The light changes. He drives away. You have now had 2 separate encounters with this man today, and neither of you will ever speak about it. You're home. It's 9 p.m. You try to make dinner. You attempt to open a jar of pasta sauce with one hand. The jar wins. You try running it under hot water. The jar wins again. You try the rubber grip thing. The jar does not acknowledge the rubber grip thing. You eat cereal with a fork because the spoons are in the back of the drawer and you're not reaching behind anything ever again. 2 a.m., you're awake. The pain is a deep, slow burn that pulses like it has its own schedule. You get up and check the bite in the bathroom mirror. The center has turned dark purple, almost black. A blister has formed. You stare at it under the fluorescent light. Your cat walks into the bathroom, looks at you, looks at your hand, looks at you again, leaves. 0 concern, 0 empathy, 0 medical advice. Peak cat performance. The next morning you call in sick to work. Your boss asks what happened. You say a spider bit you. He laughs. You send him a photo. He stops laughing. He asks if you need the week off. You say, maybe. He says, take it. There is a moment of genuine human empathy over the phone. Then he asks if you finished the quarterly report. You did not finish the quarterly report. The spider finished the quarterly report. The spider finished you. The quarterly report is the least of your concerns, but corporate doesn't accept venomous arachnid as an extension reason. Day 3. You cannot open anything. You cannot type properly. You tried to make coffee and poured water on the counter, the floor, and a small section of the cat. The cat is no longer entering the kitchen. The cat is no longer entering rooms that are adjacent to the kitchen. The cat has established a perimeter. The perimeter is generous. You try to text a friend about what happened. Your swollen finger hits the wrong keys. You send spider kit me to 3 people. One responds what? One responds with a laughing emoji. One calls you immediately in a panic because they read it as spider killed me. You spend 4 minutes explaining that you're alive. They don't fully believe you. They make you send a selfie. You look terrible. They believe you even less. Day 5. The blister has ruptured on its own. You will not describe what is underneath it, but it exists, and it is open, and you have to clean it twice a day while making direct eye contact with something your body made that you did not authorize. Your body is freelancing now. You did not approve this project. Day 10. You're back at work. Your hand is still bandaged. 3 separate coworkers ask what happened. You explain. 2 of them visibly shudder. One of them, and you're not making this up, checks under his desk immediately. A fourth coworker overhears and says her cousin got bit by one and almost lost his arm. She says this very loudly. She says this in the break room. People are eating lunch. Nobody finishes their lunch. Week 4, the wound is healing, slowly. New skin is growing inward from the edges. It itches in a way that makes you want to put your hand in a freezer and leave it there until one of you gives up. You don't scratch it. The pamphlet said not to. You are a grown adult, taking medical orders from a trifold piece of paper you received at an urgent care off the highway. The billing envelope arrives. You open it. $847 for a bandage, a pamphlet, and a slow nod. You put it on the fridge, not because you want to pay it, because at this point it's a souvenir. Week 6. The wound has closed. There's a dime-sized scar on the side of your finger. The skin there is thinner, smoother. It gets cold faster than the rest of your hand. You have reorganized the entire garage. Everything that was behind the back shelf is now on the front shelf. You no longer reach behind anything without checking first. You own 3 pairs of work gloves. You only had 0 before. The spider is still somewhere in the garage. You know this. It knows this. Neither of you has addressed it. You have a sort of unspoken agreement now. It stays behind the shelf. You stay in front of it. This is the treaty. Neither side has violated it. Yet, according to the CDC, approximately 2,500 brown recluse bites are reported in the United States each year. Fewer than 7 deaths per decade are attributed to the species. Most bites heal without serious complications. By the way, you never found the box. It was Christmas decorations in June. So, when was the last time you reached behind something without looking first?